Hello everyone, and let's get ready to battle. The Master League in Pokemon Go Battle League is halfway through with one more week set to go, and here I present my Premier Cup Master League team, which got me to a season high of 2769 points yesterday, and I was able to reach on the leaderboards at rank 315. So I have separated this video into different segments depending on what type of lead I meet with my Metagross. So here we go. This first segment deals with the Steel leads, Magnezone versus my Metagross. There are different ways to deal with this situation, but I stay in and go for the Meteor Mash bait. They almost always shield in that situation. That's why I went for the Meteor Mash, and I use the shield because they almost always go for the Wild Charge. So with their defense nerfed, I tank that last Wild Charge, but I get farmed down. That's okay because my Machamp, I brought in my Machamp and they switched immediately to Gyarados, so I switched into my Dragonite. Dragonite does really well against Gyarados, even though Gyarados is running Dragon Breath. And that Aqua Tail is not effective on my Dragonite. And I can take another Aqua Tail and farm down. Now I have energy saved up for whatever is coming out. And I still have my Machamp in the back for that Magnezone. They brought back out the Magnezone. That's okay. Machamp can come out now with a shield. So I safely shield that Wild Charge, and they have a Conkeldurr. Both of us have no shield, so I just need to reach to two Cross Chops, and the extra damage from my Shadow Machamp, 20% extra damage, will be enough to take it out. The second Steel lead mostly seen is the mirror match, Metagross versus Metagross. Now my Metagross doesn't have very good IVs. It has about 12 attack, which means I would most likely lose the CMP tie in the mirror match here. So I had to, that was a big risk I took there. Fortunately they did not use Earthquake. So I got them down a little bit in HP and switched to my Dragonite to finish the job, but they switched into a Gyarados. Interesting, my Dragonite does well against Gyarados, as you saw in the last match there. So I'm just going to Dragon Claw this thing down. I get it, that was their last shield, I believe. No, they still have one shield, I have one shield. And I can bring back out, I have a choice to make here, bring back out the Metagross. And fortunately I'm able to get to one more charge move before they can get to theirs, and down they go. Switch immediately to my Magnezone, they switch back out immediately to their Metagross, but they have two Steel types in the back, and unfortunately for them, my Shadow Machamp will obliterate them. All I need is one shield. Look how quickly they go down there. Having Shadow Machamp in the back does really well for people who do the double steal in the back. This is one of the worst matchups, Swampert versus Metagross, so I switch to Dragonite usually, and this is why I use Dragonite as a safe switch to draw out the Togekiss. They always do not shield the Hurricane, and it brings the Togekiss down to farming range for the Metagross. This isn't a flamethrower, I don't have to shield it, and I can farm down some extra energy here for when the Swampert comes back out. So my Metagross is now in a much better position to deal with the face against the Swampert. I get a shield. And as I still have two shields, I will use one. Actually, I don't use one, I prefer to give my two shields to the Shadow Machamp. Why? Because the Togekiss is already out of the equation. So I can give those two shields to my Shadow Machamp to deal with whatever two Pokemon they have in the back here. As you see, it's working. They're down to no shields, and they're forced to switch in their Snorlax to face off my Machamp. And I have tons of energy saved up. I think I have 2 cross chops here. Yep, just farming down extra energy there on the Snorlax, and 1 last cross chop for the Swampert. It was really good to come back from that unfavorable lead. Next on the ground types, I included Machamp in ground types because that's what does the most damage to Metagross in the lead there. It's ground type moves. As you can see, as I brought out my Dragonite, they bring in their Metagross, and in this situation the best thing to do is go for the hard-hitting move, the Hurricane. Even though it's resisted, it does a lot of damage to that Metagross, and I'm able to get a shield from them. I have a shield advantage now, which means my Machamp can come in now and farm down a lot of energy on this poor Metagross here. And I have a lot of energy saved up to deal with this Garchomp. I don't want my Metagross to face off against that Garchomp, so I'm going to preserve this Machamp, keep it in as long as I can. With that Garchomp out of the way, my Metagross will be in a better position in this match. And unfortunately for them, they have a Snorlax in the back, and it's getting punched down. It is getting totally decimated. My Metagross didn't even have to come back out to do any work there. Here we go, the Dragons. Dragonite facing against Metagross. They didn't stay and they switched to their own Metagross, so I switched immediately to my Machamp. And it's important that we get these switches as quick as possible to prevent our opponent from farming too much energy before we bring in that Machamp. I'm able to take it down with just using 1 shield, but I have energy stored up even though they have the shield advantage, and most likely they are going to shield this Rock Slide. And they don't. They let their Dragonite take that huge Rock Slide from a Shadow Machamp. That may have been a mistake there, because I'm able to punch it down. How often do you see a Machamp punch down a Dragonite? So the Magnezone here, and the Dragonite actually does really well against Magnezone. It only takes neutral damage from the wild charges. So this is it's only a mirror shot. Alright, this is the match where I called almost all of their baits, about 3 or 4 baits in a row. So I called that first mirror shot, didn't shield it. Here comes another mirror shot, I didn't shield it. They are desperate to get my shield. I think they're even going to try a third one here. Let's see if I'm right. They do. I refuse to give them that shield, and it's working out for me here. I'm able to take them out, or they're able to get their last shield actually, which is awesome. Now I can use my shield here in case this is wild charge. It is not, it's just a mirror shot. And down they go. The next dragon up here is the Haxorus. This carries counter and I think a dark type charge move and Dragon Claw. So it's not wise to keep your Metagross in against Haxorus. So as I switched, they also switched to their Metagross against my Dragonite. And as you see, I'm able to get it down to the red, which is good. I can bring in my Machamp now and farm some energy down. Here we go. Unfortunately, I have to use a shield here because they have 1 more HP. But I have energy saved up, and this Haxorus is going to get some cross chops to the face. 1 shield gone. And look at that beautiful switch there. I'm able to switch and absorb that Dragon Claw into my Metagross. I think that's what won the game for me here. So I'm just going to let my Metagross go down because I know I can bring back in the Machamp and farm energy down on this Magnezone here. Just in case it was a wild charge, I used my last shield, but that's okay. I have a lot of energy saved up. Able to get 2 cross chops and it'll take out the Haxorus. This team, I think what makes this team so good is having the Shadow Machamp hidden in the back and using that Dragonite to bait out any Togekiss that my opponent might have hiding. So, not a good lead here. Metagross against the Machamp. It's taking neutral damage though, because Metagross is part Psychic, part Steel, so neutral damage against those fighting attacks. And I switch. I drain some of its energy and switch, and go straight for the Hurricane. In this situation, you go straight for the Hurricane. And it's okay to lose the match here because I've gotten that Metagross down to the red. But I think I'm trying to win it here to keep that switch advantage. But you can do it either way. You can keep your shields and lose the switch advantage but get a shield advantage, or use a shield and go down a shield, lose the shield advantage but keep the switch advantage. It's all situational and what you think would be the best thing to do based on what you think they might have in the back. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I have since changed my team a little bit, so I'll be making a video on that soon, and stay tuned for more Go Battle League videos.